In early 2026, a strange rumor went viral. A leaked document, Project Anchor, claimed that on August 12th, gravity would simply switch off for a few seconds. The idea spread so fast that NASA actually had to respond. Their answer was one word: false. But it makes you wonder, what if it were true? What if for just 1 minute, Earth lost its grip on everything? You would not float gently up into the sky the way the movies show it. What really happens is far stranger and far more violent. So let's run the experiment here on the board, second by second. Because to understand what gravity does, you have to watch what happens the moment it's gone. First, what is gravity really? Every object that has mass pulls on every other object. You pull on the Earth, and the Earth pulls on you. But the Earth is enormous, so its pull wins, dragging everything toward its center at about 9.8 meters per second, every single second. Newton gave us that rule, but Einstein went deeper. He showed that gravity isn't really a string tugging you down at all. Mass actually bends space itself. Picture a heavy ball resting on a stretched sheet. It makes a dip, and everything nearby rolls inward. Earth is that heavy ball, and you are sitting in its dip. Whatever you call it, it's the invisible glue holding your feet to the floor, holding the oceans in their beds, and holding the air you are breathing right now against the planet. Take that glue away, and three things leave almost at once: the air, the water, and you. But the order and the speed will surprise you. Keep that in mind. Here's the first surprise. Earth is not standing still. It is spinning. At the equator, the ground beneath your feet is racing at over 1,600 kilometers per hour. You don't feel it because everything around you moves with you. Right now, gravity is the only thing pinning you to that spinning surface. Remove it and you don't drift upward. You get flung sideways, like a stone whipped out of a sling. In the very first second, anything not bolted deep into bedrock tears loose. Cars, trees, rooftops, loose stones, whole unanchored buildings, all of it launches off the surface at the speed of a passenger jet on a straight line out into space. How fast you're thrown depends on where you stand. At the equator, fastest. Near the poles, slower. But almost nowhere on Earth would you simply hang in the air. The gravity meter is already falling, and we haven't even reached the worst part. Now the atmosphere. The only reason Earth has air at all is that gravity holds it down. A thin shell of gas pressed against the planet. Cut gravity, and that shell has nothing to keep it. The entire blanket of air begins expanding and drifting out into the vacuum of space. Pressure drops fast. The sky thins. Within minutes, there is nothing left to breathe. And with the air gone, there's nothing left to scatter sunlight, so the daytime sky turns from blue to total black, even while the sun is still shining straight at you. In a vacuum, the wet surfaces inside your body, your lungs, your eyes, would have the moisture boil away at normal temperature, simply because there's no pressure holding it as liquid. And no air means no sound. The violent chaos unfolding below would happen in total, perfect silence. Then comes the water. Every ocean, every river, every lake, all of it held in its place by gravity and nothing else. Set it free and the water doesn't fall, it rises. Trillions of tons of seawater lift off the planet and break apart into colossal floating spheres, drifting slowly away. And they really would be spheres. In space, with no gravity to flatten it, water pulls itself into a perfect ball through surface tension alone. You've seen it in footage from the space station, those wobbling silver beads of water. Earth's entire ocean would become a glittering cloud of giant droplets, leaving home. And remember the moon. It's only circling us because of gravity, the same gravity that lifts the tides twice a day. Switch gravity off, and the tides die, and the moon stops turning around us, and simply wanders off into the dark. Now let's kill the biggest myth of all. Movies love to show people drifting up softly into the sky, like balloons let go. That is completely wrong. You wouldn't float, you'd be hurled sideways at over 1,000 kilometers an hour into a sky with no air, no pressure, and no warmth. Within just a few seconds, you'd lose consciousness from the lack of oxygen, long before anything else. And here's something most people never consider. Gravity matters even inside your body. Astronauts show us this every day. In weightlessness, the fluids that gravity normally pulls down into your legs shift upward instead. Faces puff up, legs get thinner. The heart, no longer fighting gravity, slowly changes shape and grows weaker. Bones lose about 1% of their mass every month. Gravity isn't just something pressing you into your chair. Your whole body, your blood, your bones, your heart, was engineered around it. But here is the part almost no one thinks about. Gravity isn't only holding things onto Earth, it is the force holding the Earth together. Our planet is 6 sextillion tons of rock and molten metal. That's a 6 followed by 21 zeros. And the only thing crushing all of it into a smooth round ball is its own gravity, pulling every piece toward the center. Switch that off, and nothing holds the planet in shape anymore. The crust, the mountains, the searing molten core under immense pressure, all of it, with nothing to contain it, begins drifting apart into a slowly expanding cloud of debris where a world used to be. And it goes further still. Gravity is also what keeps Earth circling the sun, year after year. Take it away, and Earth stops orbiting. It simply coasts off in a straight line, out into the cold and the dark, forever. So one single, invisible force was holding up your feet, the air, the oceans, the entire planet, and its place among the stars, all at the very same time. So the next time a rumor tells you gravity is about to fail on some exact date, you can simply smile. It won't. It can't. But chasing the thought all the way down reveals something genuinely beautiful. The universe runs on a precise, invisible order. One quiet force, perfectly balanced, holds everything in its place, from the dust under your shoe, to the tides of the sea, to the orbit of the Earth itself. Not chaos, balance, measured and by design. And that leaves us with one more question. If gravity can hold up a whole planet, what happens at the one place in the universe where it grows so strong it never, ever lets go? A black hole. That's where we go next time. This was How It Works Lab, Curiosity Engineered. If you're still curious, subscribe and keep wondering.